Well, yeah, I mean, you never know how you're going to feel once the tournament starts, but trained well in Miami, and then last week or so has, I think, been quite tough for everyone because of the weather. But we managed to get some decent practice indoors, practiced outside the last couple of days. The court plays very different outside, but no, it's been good month and a half. Well, the ball moves a lot quicker. Obviously, every court here is going to feel slightly different pace-wise. I think Laver's a little bit slower than I practiced on the Margaret Court one today, which felt pretty quick. But I think when the roof's on, it definitely slows the ball down. I played my first round last year, I remember, against Kevin Anderson, who he hadn't been broken the whole time through qualifying. I played him in the first round, the ball just wasn't really going anywhere, which worked to my advantage. But yeah, it's definitely quicker when the roof's open.
Do you know about Karol Beck?
He's been around a long time. He's I think he plays like a lot of the Slovak, Czech players. Very flat hitter of the ball. He's talented. He's been a very good player in the past. He had some problems off the court a few years ago, but he's obviously got a lot of experience, so it'll be a tough match. I think experience obviously helps. I played quite a lot of big matches last year. I went through some very tough patches last year as well, especially after the Aussie Open. So that was something that I had to come back from and learn from. So I think mentally, I'm probably in a better place. Physically, I've worked hard again, so physically I should be good. In terms of my game, I work on things a lot in practice, things that I'm hopefully going to improve my game, and then you need to just go out there and try and put them into the matches when you get the chance to. So it's a little bit of both. I mean, I have very good memories from here. I have some bad ones as well. I've had a couple of very tough losses here in the past, and obviously last year I played some of the best tennis of my life throughout the tournament. But I do always enjoy playing here. I think it's a very fun place for all the players to come. Everything's incredibly easy, so I always enjoy it coming back. We're staying in the same place as we stayed last year, and everyone enjoys it. So it's kind of mixed emotions. Well, you just have to trust the training that you've done and believe in it, and that will get rid of some of the doubts. But yeah, everyone, you want to really have played a big match for quite a long time. No one's played that many matches. The conditions are very different here to what we were playing in right at the end of the year in the indoor tournament. So yeah, no one ever really knows exactly how you're going to play it. There's always been a few guys getting deep into the tournament normally that haven't done that well in slams in the past, so you just have to try and focus on every match and not get too far ahead of yourself, because you're probably not going to play your best right at the beginning. I used to practice with Novak a lot as well. A lot of it is depending on tournaments that you're playing and stuff, if you're around the same tournaments. But no, I've said it quite a few times, you practice with one of the other guys that are ranked high, especially when the weather's been bad. It's a lot easier to get practice courts. You get kind of priority, and that helps. So that's I haven't consciously been thinking I'm practicing with Novak to try and beat Roger and Rafa, but it's obviously a great person to practice with, because he's number 3 in the world and incredibly tough player.
Are you a cricket fan?
It's actually one of the sports. I never played it when I was growing up in school or anything. Cricket and rugby are two of the real British sports that I haven't really followed that much. But I did watch the game last night. I like 2020 compared with Test matches. No, to be honest, I don't really care. Like last year, I was seeded 5 here. I made it to the final, and I've been seeded 4 and lost in the 3rd round of slams. I don't really think it makes a whole lot of difference where you're seated. You know, you have to maybe play one of the top guys maybe a round earlier, but no, all of those guys are incredibly difficult to beat. It wasn't something that I was worried about or thinking about when the draw was getting done. Well, I mean, I think Roger and Rafa are the 2 guys that have played the best in the slams the last few years, so I'd probably say between those 2, you know, they'd be the favourites, but I think there's a lot of guys that can win against them if they play their best, so it's going to be an interesting tournament.
Do you think that it not being in a calendar year, does that in any way belittle the achievement?
No, I don't think it does at all, really. Yeah, I don't think it does. If you hold all 4 of them, I think it's it's one of the greatest achievements, I think, almost in sport. You know, I think now because of the depth in the game, and because you have to win 7 matches against, you know, always different players, a different day. You know, you turn up and you play a bad match, and because of the depth, you can lose. So to me, I think if you hold all 4 Grand Slams, it's one of the best achievements in sport, and I really hope he doesn't do it.
You might be changing your management companies.
Yeah.
Is that has he got his next picks around the wrong way today?
Yeah, I got told about it just before I went in, and yeah, it was news to me. So yeah, I don't really know where that came from, but I've definitely got a contract for a couple more years before before any of those rumours come up.
He doesn't pick you to win the tournament either.
Sorry?
He doesn't pick you to win the tournament either.
I always get on quite well with Nick, and when I see him, he'll probably tell me that he thinks I'll win. So yeah, I don't know. I have to wait and see.